Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee.
Mike's up.
Here is Dr. Ken Harris.
Good afternoon. Happy Friday. Here that I am not the Dr. Ken Harris. For Dr. Ken as he is on assignment. Happy Friday. It's been quite a day at The Truth. And let me just go ahead and address for those that our Truth Nation are tuned in all day, every day. Number one, we thank you, we love you, and we appreciate you. For those who are inquiring about our beloved Sherwin Hughes, there was an incident this morning. He is now doing okay. He is in our prayers. And as soon as we learn more here at The Truth, we will definitely keep you updated. In the meantime, between time, please keep Sherwin in your prayers. And y'all, I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it 101.7 The Truth. Because a lot of times when tragedies or incidents or even good things happen and we say, I'm going to pray. For those that are people of faith, in all seriousness, when you say you're going to pray, please pray. Prayer works. It really does. I'm a beneficiary of prayers. I'm a prayer, if that's the right term. And so again, Sherwin Hughes, the host of Truth with Sherwin Hughes in the morning, he's doing just fine. Please keep him in your prayers. And again, as we learn more, we will keep you updated. With that being said, we are broadcasting live. You can stream and watch me right now on YouTube by simply going to YouTube and in the search box, type in 101.7 The Truth, and you can see me live coming to you on this beautiful Friday, what I think would be considered the last Friday of the summer. Andrew, is this the last Friday of the summer?
That would be correct, yes.
How do you feel about that?
You know, I enjoyed my summer. I moved to Milwaukee in the summer, so this is like going into the fall season for me. Like, I enjoyed my summer in Milwaukee. Now it's my first fall in Milwaukee.
Look at you. Well, you know what? We have a lot in common, including that when I moved to Milwaukee 22 plus years ago, I'll go ahead and say the year. I mean, y'all know how old I am. Y'all know I'm getting up there. When I moved to Milwaukee, I was 27 years old back in 2003. And I moved during the summertime. And let me tell you, I fell in love with Milwaukee immediately. And let me give you the top 3 reasons of why I fell in love. And for those, and I hope the Mayor Cavalier Johnson or someone from his administrative team is listening. Here's how you get people to fall in love with Milwaukee. Number 1, relocate them in the summer. I moved to Milwaukee from Evansville, Indiana in June of 2003, the year 2003. And let me tell y'all, I was like, this is heaven on earth. Shout out to Onyx. Y'all remember the nightclub? It wasn't really a nightclub. It was like a lounge. It was off the river. Shout out to Onyx. Shout out to Taylor's, Jazz in the Park. I moved here right in the middle of the prime, I should say, of summertime in Milwaukee. You had Summer Fest going on. You had, at the time, it was the 100th anniversary celebration of Harley Davidson. You had all the summer festivals that were going on, the Still Days, Jazz in the Park. I mean, I was just overwhelmed with the leisure, extracurricular, recreational activities of Milwaukee. I was so impressed. Not only was I excited and thrilled to now be a Milwaukeean, I was picking up the phone, calling my friends, y'all. I was like, y'all need to come and visit me in Milwaukee. They're like, Milwaukee? I'm like, yes. Every last one of my friends who came to visit me that year when I first moved to Milwaukee in 2003 were like, we had no idea. I was like, right? So shout out to Milwaukee summertime. It is up there with Chicago. And I'm going to give actually Milwaukee a one up because the same $5 that I had in my pocket in 2003 to go outside and play, took me a whole lot farther than that $5 bill. Okay, maybe I'm being dramatic. Maybe it wasn't $5, Andrew. Maybe it was 20. But you could have a $20 bill in Milwaukee in 2003. Y'all don't leave me hanging. Truth Nation, I want to hear your thoughts. 833-212-1017. What's your favorite Milwaukee summertime memory? Because when I first moved here, that's the reason why I stayed here. Reason number two, in terms of getting folks to not just move to Milwaukee, but stay in Milwaukee, is we got to bring back that sense of just outdoor day parties. Shout out to Social X. Social X in Milwaukee, you know, they're doing a whole bunch of great stuff in our community. And I remember when they first started, this probably was about 7 or 8 years ago, they had the fire day parties. Can we get back to the day parties, Truth Nation? Where are my day party throwers at? And maybe they're still going on and I'm just missing it because I'm a whole lot older than I was in 2003. But those day parties, that's a whole vibe because a lot of us, we don't want to be outside at night anymore. We don't want to start our leisure activities in the public at 10:30, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. So shout out to the day parties back in the day. Number three, in addition to the summertime Milwaukee, in addition to the day parties, number three, we got so many great parks. We got a nice, I mean, it's man-made, but we still got a nice beach. Thank you, Andrew. It's time for us to get back outside, y'all. Do the stuff that's free 99. That's all I'm saying. Look, we've got a great show for you. You deserve the best because you are the best. You are the best of the best, and I hope that you know and appreciate and honor that. We got a lot of topics to talk about today. When we come back from break, definitely want to hear from you. Call in, text us. Our Truth Talking text line is 833-212-1017. We're going to get into, as many of you have heard, there was another school shooting that took place right, our neighbor state, Minnesota, right up the street. And the MPS, the Milwaukee Public School Superintendent, has a very close connection to what happened. And as we have and are already preparing for a new school year, we're going to get into that. Vice President Vance was also in Milwaukee and addressed the school shooting, as some other things regarding Milwaukee that you should be aware of. We're going to also get into the 70th anniversary of the murder, the killing of Emmett Till, that also happened in the South, but there's a correlation because Emmett Till was a young brother who was from Chicago. And then we're also going to talk about what happened to sportsmanship because right now at the U.S. Open, there was a very heated on-court argument that took place, and the optics alone, y'all, what is going on? So we're going to get into all of that. We want to hear from you. Let us know what your favorite summertime Milwaukee memory is. Let us know how you're feeling today. What you need from me and Andrew to make these next 2 hours the best 2 hours as we're getting ready to wrap up summertime 2025 and get into the fall of 2025. We're going to make the rest of this year amazing. So stay tuned. You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I am your guest host for today, DT, the effective communication coach. Stay locked in. We will be back.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017.
See, look how easy that was.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations.
Talk to me.
You won this.
Do I sound like I'm on the phone?
It's a little hollow, but we made it work.
What would you do with $5,000?
Okay, and then
I'm gonna buy my niece school clothes because my nephew just.
No, don't worry about the reads. We're okay.
I'm a.
We're okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
don't worry about it.
1017 The Truth for your
We have so many things happening over here, DT. It's okay. We'll be fine.
For contest
I
rules,
know,
visit
and like I said,
1017thetruth.com.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. It all started with a new invention in 1925, the roll screen. The ability to roll a window screen up and down like a shade. Pella invested in this breakthrough when the business was born in Pella, Iowa, and has introduced the world to innovation, game-changing decisions ever since. They've been at it for a century. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home, and always designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance. The Pella team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Investing in new Pella windows and doors creates long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years. There's no reason to wait, because if you order by August 31st, get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Certain restrictions apply. Yes, that's up to 5 years with no interest payments, so don't miss out. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Ride the wave to clean at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for a winning shine. Become a monthly member and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 per day. Plus, skip the wait in the fast lane and enjoy unbeatable amenities like free vacuums and tire air. Visit any of their convenient locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, Mount Pleasant, and New Berlin. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Learn more at tsunamiexpress.com.
What builds a strong financial future? It starts with small lessons, like saving a little each day. With U.S. Bank award-winning digital tools, you can track, spend, and save all in one place. Every deposit, every decision turns small steps into lasting opportunities. At U.S. Bank, we're here to help you build healthy financial habits today so you can open new doors tomorrow. Building a future together. U.S. Bank, the power of us. Visit usbank.com/powerofus to learn more. Member FDIC.
Need health care but don't have insurance? City on the Hills Health Clinic offers free medical care, mental health counseling, and dental hygiene services for uninsured and underinsured Milwaukee residents. Call 414-931-6670. That's 414-931-6670, or visit cityonthehillmke.org to learn more. They're on a mission to end generational poverty in all its forms.
All right, you got 10 seconds.
Part of it. If you've
Okay,
got a
thank
heart for
you.
Milwaukee, use your skills to serve the community. Volunteer with them at cityonthehillmke.org. City on a Hill. Hope, healing, and health for our city.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, y'all. It's Friday. It's Friday. Before we get into our hot topic for today, I got to show some love to Truth Nation. Thank you so much. I'm just reading the names as I see them, y'all, so bear with me. RN Kawanda, I see you. I appreciate you. Lady B says, thank you, DT, for the update on Sherwin. We love him so much. I love him too. So trust and believe. I was very happy to give you that update. And again, Sherwin is doing fine. And as soon as we know more, we'll give you more. Big Ward. I'm in the big ward. I got a main channel called Big War, the Genius. I support Trump because he's done many things to help us. Are you for real right now? Come on now. Big Ward, it's Black Talk Radio Show, man. What you doing, brother? But I appreciate you tuning in. I'm like, know your audience. There's a network called Fox News, Big Ward. I'm pretty sure they would love to have you send them the love that you're sending. This is America. You have the right to vote and support for who you want to, but just know this is a Black and Brown Talk Radio show. And we love all our listeners from all races, nations, ethnicities, identities. But come on, man. Because I have yet, Big War, the Genius for Trump, heard anybody at conservative radio stations or television stations read or out loud or even advocate for people who are not Trump supporters. That's all I'm saying. But again, we must be doing something right here at The Truth because you're tuned in. All right, Dwayne says, good afternoon, DT. Good afternoon to you, Dwayne. Thank you, Fonz. Fonz gave me some clarity. Before break, we were talking about the summer. We thought that this was the last Friday of the summer, but Fonz, that's why I love Truth Nation, let me know that summer is not over, y'all, until September 21st. So we've got not one, not two, we got 3 more summers. Fridays, I should say. We got 3 more Fridays this summer. So thank you, Fonz, for that. I see you, Truth Nation, and I appreciate y'all. It is Friday, August 29th, Labor Day weekend, and it's theoretically, when Labor Day weekend comes, we typically say, hey, summer's over. All right, we got Jay. Jay, you are live with DT on Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. What is your question or comment?
Hey, how you doing there, Mrs. Denise?
I'm great, Jay.
Hello?
Thank you. How are you? Yeah, can you hear
I'm
me?
fine. Long time no see.
I know, right? Great to hear your voice.
It's a long time. Oh yeah, you too. I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to see you on YouTube, but I'm having trouble with my phone. You was talking about the tennis player, Miss Thompson. That was so ridiculous, because like she said, well, we'll find out when you get outside the United States. I'm like, crazy. It's just ridiculous. That makes no sense.
Jay, let me tell you. Please, okay, I'm gonna make a deal with you, Jay, because I love what you're saying. First and foremost, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your kind words. Do me a favor, Jay. When you get connected to YouTube, when you can see me, call back in because we still have not yet dived into that topic, but I want to hear your thoughts. So as soon as you get on at YouTube and as soon as you hear me diving into it, call back in, Jay, because I want to hear your thoughts on that because I'm with you. What did she mean when she said, let's see what happens outside the U.S. Open, as if that would make any difference? So hold on to that thought, Jay, because we're going to get into that when you call me back. Is that cool? Do we still have Jay?
I dropped him.
All right. Okay. He can still hear, though. All right. Thank you, Andrew. Sherry on the Truth Talking text line. Hey, Denise, I just tuned in. What happened to Sherwin? Again, Sherwin is doing just fine. There was an incident this morning. As soon as we know more, we'll give you more information. But again, Sherwin is doing just fine. I know he has a huge, well-deserved fan base. I know many of his loyal, dedicated listeners are wanting to know what's going on. Again, he is fine. There was an incident this morning. He is getting the best care. And as soon as we know more, we'll let you know. Okay? All right. But again, thank you for your thoughts, your prayers. Sherwin's probably listening. So just keep sending him that positive energy. Now, what we were talking about earlier is, let's get into this because I find it interesting that there are a lot of people that talk about subject matters from a lens that they have no idea about. Now, here at The Truth, I want to remind each of us that this is a station that is targeted to Black and brown listeners. However, we appreciate and welcome any and everybody who tunes in. Now, with that said, when we get into certain topics, we dig deep and we challenge a lot of the things that traditionally are socialized as truth. And we know that's not our truth. Just yesterday, y'all, during his visit to La Crosse, Wisconsin, Vice President J.D. Vance offered his first public remarks on the tragic Minneapolis school shooting. Speaking of which, I also want to send out my condolences as a parent, my love as a parent, the educators, everyone who was impacted. And I know there are a number of people here in Milwaukee that have friends or close ties, even relatives, that were impacted by this tragic Minneapolis school shooting. It's not even, for a lot of us, week 3 of the academic school year. And here we are facing another school shooting in this country. Now, when J.D. Vance was here in Wisconsin just yesterday, he visited La Crosse and he praised, rightfully so, the first responders, the parents, and even the children that protected each other. His exact words were, "We love you, we're proud of you," which I would hope that it was meant to comfort. And I appreciate that as an American. However, there's also, as far as I'm concerned, a deeper level of scrutiny. The grief that we are constantly navigating and dealing with when it comes to school shootings across the country. Our immediate reaction, generally speaking, is, "You're in my thoughts and prayers." But what I'm asking you, Truth Nation, and I'm asking myself this: when our kids are dying, just bear with me, y'all. When our babies, because see, it's a whole lot easier for many of us to say, "Wow, I hate to hear that. They're in my thoughts and prayers." But when we are not taking the necessary actions, in addition to praying, it is, for me, as a person of faith, to know that these children, these babies, were killed, were murdered, broad daylight, while they were worshiping. Our communities deserve, and I know for those that may be agnostic or atheists, listen, regardless of how you feel about worship, faith, religion, no child, no human being, especially when they are at school, and especially when they are worshiping during Mass. Y'all, we deserve more than words, and especially for those parents that have children in school. We don't need thoughts. We don't need prayers. We need safety. We need healing, and we need systemic change. So for President or Vice President J.D. Vance to offer, as part of his first public remarks on this tragic, once again, school shooting, where over 20 students, educators were injured, and 2 children, and if I'm not mistaken, one child was 8 years old, the other child was 10 years old. When are we going to start holding each other, our elected officials, accountable for safety, healing, and systemic change? 833-212-1017 is our Truth Talking text line. When and how do we begin healing? When do we start changing systemically? And when do we put safety first? And I'm not going to get into the whole pro-life, pro-gun rights. First, I'm not getting into all that. Because every time that we talk about the legalization or the right to bear arms, it gets us nowhere. But my question is, how many babies, how many human beings are going to have to continue to die, whether they're in school, whether they're worshiping, whether they're grocery store, whether they're at the movie theater, whether they're at concerts? Because these are all public platforms where we've witnessed as Americans mass shootings. Who do we hold accountable to keeping us safe? And getting back to Vice President Vance, while he was 35 miles down the road, he had the audacity to talk about Milwaukee. See, I find it interesting that when you decide to come to the swing state of Wisconsin to talk about the state of Wisconsin and talk about how Milwaukee is so violent. And let me be clear, I'm not discounting what's happening in our neighborhoods. But you don't get to go to La Crosse and talk about a city that was just 35 miles down the road, I should say from Madison, so maybe 50 miles. And you don't have any solutions other than, are you ready for this? Deploying the National Guard to Milwaukee. You're not offering anything. You didn't even come to the city. And I got to give Mayor Cavalier Johnson a shout out, because he basically said in response to J.D. Vance's talk about deploying the National Guard here in Milwaukee, Mayor Johnson says, quote, "It's not happening and it's not necessary." Because what we're talking about is the possibility of military boots on our streets. Is that really what's needed when you have mass shootings where people just walk into places, college campuses, schools, grocery stores, libraries? So not only were you not here, Vice President Vance, but you shied away from addressing the actual solutions. So when we come back from break, I want to hear from you, Truth Nation. I know you got a lot of thoughts about this. You can call in, you can text 833-212-1017. We're also live streaming on YouTube, 101.7 The Truth. You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I am your guest host for the afternoon. DT, the effective communication coach. Stay locked in. We'll be back.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
At Crash Course, we believe cost shouldn't stand in the way of safe driving. If you're 14 to 19 years old, you may qualify for 100% free driver's ed through Wisconsin's Driver Education Grant Program. That includes the full online course and all required behind-the-wheel lessons at no cost to your family.
So I have that story pulled up if you want to go back to it. I have the news.
Crash Course, the best choice driving school. Visit crashcoursewi.com to pre-register.
Talk to me, DT.
Confidence.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community.
For some reason, I'm not.
1017 The Truth.
Hold on, I know what's
the life change. You know, we all know it happened, and we know things happen, and you have.
All right, now talk to me.
What was the life change afterwards?
A couple things.
I have your Cavalier Johnson story up
Through
from the news clip.
And, a lot of people don't
Yep, I got you.
overweight, but they have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. So all those things are requirements before you can even get approved to be on.
Sounds good.
So I had...
Wait, you got to be approved to be on the list?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's interesting. There's a professional athlete or former professional athlete I know right now that has kidney disease, and he's on dialysis, and he wants to get on the list, and he's not accepting all the things you have to do, to get on the list. But yeah, so for me, I spent 30 years in the automobile industry. That's 12, 14-hour days, eating whatever somebody brings you to eat, whatever you run out and grab, McDonald's, whatever. It was never salads and,
Yeah, but that was a choice, right?
It was a choice. Yeah. But I had to change all of that to even qualify to be on the list. I had to get down to the weight I had to be at. I had to get my phosphorus under control, my potassium under control.
Wait a minute. Even though somebody said they would give you a kidney,
absolutely,
you had to still make yourself eligible?
Absolutely.
Nah, that's okay.
When I mentioned the athlete, his relative actually died, and they wanted to take his organs, and they couldn't because he wasn't qualified. He wasn't on the list. Wow. Yeah, you have to be.
So there are over 100,000 people on that waiting list. So they are very serious.
And how many donors do we have?
And that's the problem. We don't have nearly enough donors.
Wow.
And that's why it's such a critical need. But they are serious about who they're giving that gift of life to, because there are so many people who are literally dying waiting for it.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
Things are getting tight out there. Southbound on 41, we've got backups from Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive. On the northbound side, just basically slowing down from Blue Mound Road all the way up past Capitol. Southbound 43, heavy from Good Hope Road down past Bender, and then back on the road on the brakes there from Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette to about Beecher. Northbound is slowing down basically from Oklahoma Avenue all the way up past North Avenue almost to Keefe. We've got eastbound 94 with the heavy ride from 84th Street through the stadium. Westbound's going to be slow mainly from west of Highway 100 all the way to about Calhoun. Back on the brakes from the Barker Road area all the way to Highway 164. One more heavy spot's going to be west of Highway 16, pretty much all the way to Maple Avenue. So give yourself tons of extra time there. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 57. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 71. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Green Bay Packers acquire Micah Parsons from the Dallas Cowboys, giving up 2 first-round picks and Packers D-tackle Kenny Clark. Parsons' contract makes him the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history, marking a striking 4-year, $188 million deal. The Brewers lose their matchup against the Diamondbacks for the second time, which gives their series a draw. They now take on the Blue Jays in Toronto in a 3-game series.
Baker and Dupree are there, and a touchdown, the first of the season for the Badgers. Vinny Anthony.
Wisconsin Badgers win their first game against Miami of Ohio 17-0, but lose their starting quarterback Billy Edwards Jr. to injury. Their next matchup is against Middle Tennessee. Badger volleyball plays number 14 Kansas tonight at 6. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Good afternoon. Happy Friday, everyone. Truth Nation, so very much appreciate you getting your Labor Day weekend started here. You are listening to the best station on planet Earth because you deserve the best. Because you are the best, right? Shoot. We're not playing games up in here. Got to give a shout out to everybody in our YouTube chat board. I see you. Africa Queen was like, look, man. What's going on? It's a little light in here. You know what, Africa Queen? As long as you're here, that's good enough for me. Everybody who's in the room, love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Look, I get it. It's Friday. Some of y'all were like, that ain't Dr. Ken. But I'm going to give you the absolute 101.7, the best I got. So let's get back to what we were talking about before break. Y'all, you know, thank God for hip hop legendary groups like Public Enemy, who introduced me to the phrase in the late 80s, don't believe the hype. Vice President J.D. Vance was in Wisconsin yesterday. And during his visit in La Crosse, offered his first public remarks on the tragic school shooting that occurred in Minneapolis. Now, for those that are not familiar, let me just give this update really quick. On August 28th, 2 days ago, there was an assailant who killed 2 children and wounded 18 other children and adults at a Catholic church in Minnesota. The FBI said the attack was motivated by hate-filled ideology. It's not even been a whole full month of the new academic school year, and this country is facing yet another mass school shooting. Now, let me tell you about the hype that we as Americans and those who identify especially as people of color, we got to be aware of and cognizant of. Because for the Vice President of the United States to correlate the school shooting that took place in Minneapolis to violent crimes that are occurring in Milwaukee, that's what we call hype. 2 completely non-related situations. And yet you're making it seem as though, oh yeah, by the way, we're going to deploy National Guards in the city of Milwaukee because they have crime too. I'm not discounting or discrediting Vice President's comments. I keep saying president. My goodness, Lord, excuse me, what that happened. Anywho, I hope my mic was off. That's my truth. Because as someone who has been an American citizen, natural born American citizen for the past 49 years, the last thing I want to witness is leadership that is not based on life, liberty, and justice for every citizen in this country. Now think about this. Your solution to crime and violence is deploying military boots on our streets? Is that real safety? I'm asking. 833-212-1017. Are we saying that leaders in this, government leaders, elected government officials, should be responsible for deploying the National Guard, military presence, versus investing in American citizens that, yes, do include Black and brown people, affordable housing, employment, mental health support, giving young people an opportunity so that they love and appreciate life? The number of young people unliving themselves has surged over the past 4 years, and it continues to increase. Because what a lot of people do not understand is that across Black and brown neighborhoods, crime is not the problem, it's the symptom. It's the lack of opportunity, it's the disinvestment, and it's the sight of generational pain that continues. I'm going to say that again for the folks in the back of the room that didn't hear me the first time. Systemic racism across Black and brown neighborhoods where crime is at its highest, that's not the problem, it's the symptom. And if an elected, and I'm doing the air quotes, vice president and or president of this country is offering help by only inviting the deployment of military presence, that is not solidarity. See, leadership, which is what I appreciate about what Mayor Cavalier Johnson said, is we got this. Because let me make this plain, and I see you, Sandra. I'm coming to you right now, sister. We do not need more soldiers. We need more counselors. We need more after-school programs. We need more living wage jobs. We need neighbors that are looking out for each other. And if y'all feel me, just let me get an amen, preach anything. Sandra, you are live. Thank you so much for holding. We love and appreciate you. As my brother Homer Blow says, what is your question or comment?
Hi, DT. I give you an amen. Because that is what we need. We need to try to correct the problem the right way instead of guns. And, we're fighting about the kids dying in school. Here we are going to put some boots on the ground with guns and tanks and stuff. Like I said, I called Tori earlier, and I was watching that, what they call Tiananmen thing up in China where they rolled the tanks on those people and killed a bunch of people because they were protesting. And then over here, they killed some students at Kent State for protesting. See, they want to get rid of our freedom of speech, number one. And nobody can tell me that they're not going to do it. See, we can't go after the guns, but yeah, you can go after our freedom of speech. They're cutting out, like, newspapers. Like, I get the Tribune. They fired a lot of people over there, and a bunch of rich people bought it out. So slowly, before we know it, we won't be able to even have freedom of speech. And I really, we don't need those boots on the ground because, number one, we're not foreign enemies. We're just on the ground trying to survive. And if they do the right thing, like you just said, give the kids confidence, give them something to do. Let them get their education because most of us want an education. And you asked a little bit earlier, what did I do while I was younger? We went to, we had after-school activities. We had social center.
Yep.
We can go to the playground and play. We had, I'm going to tell you, we had the zoo over there at Washington Park. We go to the zoo. We had, out there we had, I was trying to think, we had like a park where we rode rides and stuff out there in Muskego Beach, they called it. Yeah. And then we got the state fair going. So we had a lot of things with my dad. We go to church. And then we have church picnics where we communicate. And we had neighbors, we communicated. But if you can't...
Man, Sandra, you better quit taking me back to the good old days. You better quit taking me back because I'm sitting here thinking about how much the church... Man, we had so much fun growing up at them church picnics. What? Sandra, thank you so much for your call. I got to take a break. Okay. I got to take a break, Sandra, but stay on. When we come back, I want to hear from you, Sandra. So if you can, stay back. Because my producer, our incredible, amazing producer, Andrew, he's like, take a break. So let's take a break, Sandra. But thank you for reminding me about the possibilities that we can still deliver as part of healing our Black and brown neighborhoods. You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I am your guest host for this afternoon. DT, let us know your thoughts, 833-212-1017. We will be back.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this.
Congratulations. Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away. So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing. They've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years from their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee. Their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Left's Lucky Town in Wauwatosa is the place to be. A community gathering place for almost 30 years, Left's is also the perfect spot to grab a bite to eat and watch the game. Located directly across from the Hart Park football field, Left's is a proud supporter of Marquette High School athletics. Join your friends, team, family at Left's. It's the place to be. Book your special event in Left's new event space at lefts.com. Left's Lucky Town, 7208 State Street in Wauwatosa. See you there.
Fall in Milwaukee, where the air is crisp, the drinks are cold, and the good times are just heating up. Stroll Milwaukee's lakefront and explore its parks as they burst into a kaleidoscope of golds, ambers, and reds. Raise a glass at a beer garden that feels like a neighborhood block party, Milwaukee style. And just as the temps fall, Brewers baseball is turning up the heat. October dreams are made right here. This season, every color, every cheer, every sip, it all comes together in Milwaukee. Craft your perfect getaway at visitmilwaukee.org.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Who stand in their coming up with these proposed solutions from their ivory tower that have no idea, never have, never will, any clue on what it is like to be a part of a community that has been historically, traditionally, and intentionally marginalized. And to then, from their ivory tower, and in this case, La Crosse, Wisconsin, what's the population of black folks, brown folks in La Crosse? Andrew, can we do a fact check? What's the population of black and brown people in La Crosse, Wisconsin? So while our credible producer, Andrew, is doing that fact check, Vice President J.D. Vance made his first public remarks regarding the mass shooting that took place in Minnesota, killing 2 children, injuring over 20, and correlating that with the violent crimes that are taking place here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. By even insinuating, you know what, I'm not even going to be that nice to him. He flat out said they're about to deploy military presence, i.e. the National Guard, to Milwaukee. So yes, we're talking about the possibility of military boots on our streets, Milwaukee. Let's go to a clip of J.D. Vance, Vice President J.D. Vance, from our friendly neighbors. I believe this is WISN. Check this out, y'all. This is a soundbite. And for those that are in the YouTube room, you're going to see the clip as well. Vice President J.D. Vance addressing the school shooting as well as the crime in Milwaukee as if they were related during his recent visit in Wisconsin, in La Crosse, yesterday. Check this out.
Vice President J.D. Vance spoke about the shooting during his visit to Wisconsin today and bowed his head in prayer. 12 News political director Matt Smith with the vice president in La Crosse.
The vice president here in La Crosse this afternoon for the first time addressing the shooting. Just as FBI Director Kash Patel said this afternoon, there is evidence this was an act of domestic terrorism.
Remember, we're an American family, and the people who lost children, they are your fellow Americans. And those children who lost their lives and lost their future, they are your fellow citizens. While yesterday was an unspeakable tragedy, I'd ask you to remember that we also saw the very best of the United States of America. And to every person who protected a friend, to every first responder, to every paramedic who made it so the death toll wasn't higher, we love you, we're proud of you, and we'll never forget the great American spirit that you showed yesterday.
The vice president ending those remarks with a prayer, adding that he and First Lady Melania Trump will be part of a group looking to address the root cause of the nation's mental health crisis. In La Crosse, I'm Matt Smith, WISN 12 News.
Vice President Vance, the root cause is something that I would be extremely interested in what you determine, or President Donald Trump, as the root cause. Because as someone who has been impacted by systemic racism and discrimination, more so in the past year than I have ever experienced in my life, I hope you do not think that the solution is deploying military presence in cities that are predominantly Black and brown. Because until we invest for all people, housing, employment, mental health support, after-school programs, living wage jobs, there will be no solution. These people who have access to guns, that walk into these public facilities or platforms and kill, okay. I want to say something, and I'm trying to figure out the words as the effective communication coach to say something without saying something. Maybe y'all can help me out. Our Truth Talking text line is 833-212-1017. Because I find it interesting that when you applaud certain individuals as great Americans, there seems to be a theme of how they look. Whereas you don't use those same narratives to describe great Americans when they don't look a certain way. That's the best way I can say something without saying something. So with that, before we move on to our next topic, what I realize, my fellow brothers and sisters, and that's anybody, we got to get real clear in terms of what safety means for us, and even more clear on who gets to define safety for us. I'm asking all of our local faith leaders, our community organizers, our elected officials to get busy, because President Trump, Vice President Vance, his entire administration are not playing when it comes to Black and brown neighborhoods. And they are conditioning Americans to believe that Black and brown neighborhoods are so out of control and so violent. Because again, as I mentioned before, crime is not the problem. Crime is the symptom. Crime is due to a lack of opportunity, disinvestment, and it is a program that is designed to defeat each generation. So as much as we hold grief, we got to hold ourselves accountable with equal weight. Y'all feel me? Do you hear me knocking? Well, then let me in. I probably shouldn't say that since the movie Sinners came out, although I haven't seen it because I don't do horror movies. Anywho, Judson, I see you on our YouTube message boards. Thank you for the love. Judson says, hey, DT, watching you on YouTube. Stay beautiful and keep on keeping on, young lady. First and foremost, thank you for the compliment. Secondly, the fact that you think I'm young, that's why I drink water and mind my business, y'all. But thank you for that. Thank you, Judson. I appreciate you. We're going to take another break here, but before we go to break, I want to remind each of you that this is the only station that exists in the state of Milwaukee that's going to give you live, consecutive Black Talk Radio. So as much as we love and appreciate you tuning in, make sure you spread the word, because this is the only station that's going to give you that consecutive live Black Talk Radio that you deserve. This is 101.7 The Truth, and this is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I am your girl, DT, the effective communication coach, filling in for Dr. Ken as he is on assignment. It's the last Friday. Technically, summer's not over until September 21st, but all of us, we getting ready. We got the grills. We getting the grills going. We getting that playlist going. We're going to get our cookouts going on. We're getting our fans ready for the boots on the ground line dance. Whatever you're doing, let us know. When we come back, we're going to get into this very unsportsmanlike demonstration that occurred during the U.S. Open. A heated on-court argument broke out. Not because of a missed call. Not because of a bad play, y'all. But because of the absence of a simple common act of sportsmanship. And we're going to get deeper, because what happened on court that we saw is pretty much what we see a lot of times just being Black in America. At work, in relationships. So we're going to get into this. We want to hear your thoughts. Jay, if you're still tuning in, please call us back. Because the real question for me is, what would have happened if one of the certain tennis players, and we're going to get into names and all that when we come back from the break, made those same gestures of disrespect? What would have been the outcome? You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I'm your girl, filling in for Dr. Ken this afternoon, DT, the effective communication coach. Stay locked in, 833-212-1017. We want to hear from you. Jay, call back in. Let's get into it. Stay locked in.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this money.
All right, I'm going to pull up a clip. Is that cool?
God is good all the time.
Okay.
What'd you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces.
Talk to me.
My nephew just... So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Your expression on your face, that's got to me. And the man wasn't lying.
What you mean the expression on my face? How can you see my face? You listening to me on the radio, man.
No, I'm watching you on YouTube, too.
Oh, all right, then. You're an old man, and you know about YouTube. How old are you, Adam? You about 85.
83.
I'll be dipped. How blessed are we to have you?
I got the clip with them talking.
1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Tired of hearing no from other banks? No to a loan? No to a checking account? Just no? At Brewery Credit Union, we find ways to say yes. Yes to second chances. Yes to rebuilding credit. Yes to helping you save, borrow, and thrive. Work with our credit specialist and move your financial life forward. Brewery Credit Union, Milwaukee's best place to borrow and save. Visit brewerycu.com. That is brewerycu.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Botox can do more for men than just smooth out wrinkles. It can help reduce chronic migraines, stress-related facial tension, and even excessive sweating. Come on out to Botox and Beers Saturday, September 13th at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. It's an event for men who want to feel better, perform better, and look sharp without the fuss. Come and watch college football, get treated with Botox in the low-key, no-pressure setting of Sweet Talks, then have a brew when you're done. Spots are limited, so reserve yours now at sweettalks.com. That is SLEETTOX.com.
Dad's gonna be far side, good.
What should I do with my dress? Do the wiggles.
The slate's coming in.
What does it feel like when you're down or having a bad day?
It feels sad, like you just don't want to do anything.
All my little emotions in my head is just running crazy. I don't know what to do.
As a teacher or coach, do you ever feel overwhelmed supporting kids' mental health?
I had never experienced players being so down that they can't even participate.
You're just in tears in the huddle. I didn't know what to do.
Teachers need tons of help.
Kids Mental Health Foundation offers educational materials to help guide conversations with our students.
It's so important that we are constantly educating ourselves.
It's the same as the CPR class to me. We're trying to save a life here.
The Kids Mental Health Foundation has free tools and information developed by experts because kids' mental health starts with all of us. Scan the QR code or check out kidsmentalhealthfoundation.org to get started.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Associated Bank. Your money works here. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. Reducing food waste with deals on local meals. Restaurants, cafes, and grocers can post everything from day-old bread to extra appetizers on the app Too Good To Go. Vice President of the North American Division, Chris McCauley, says this about the new app.
Once you've made the purchase in the app, you just show up, show them your phone, and they hand you a surprise bag. The key to it is that you don't know what you're going to get because it's the leftovers that they've got at the end of the day, but you do know you've gotten a great deal because typically if you spend $5, you're getting $15 worth of value.
Too Good To Go officially launched yesterday in Milwaukee with over 70 participating businesses. A former Milwaukee County public defender is heading to jail for his role in a prostitution case. 54-year-old Travis Schwantes will spend 45 days behind bars and pay $4,000 in fines after pleading guilty last month to a felony falsifying records and 2 misdemeanors tied to prostitution. Prosecutors say Schwantes paid for sex with women, including some he represented in court, and even falsified paperwork to qualify one woman for public defender services. 2 other felony counts were dropped as part of a plea deal. A new piece of legislation aims to prevent reckless driving on Wisconsin roadways. The proposed bill would make $60 million in state-funded grants available for development of traffic calming features. State Senator LaToya Johnson says this.
We know the designs that work, that curb extensions, raised sidewalks, pedestrian islands, mini roundabouts, harder center lines, speed bumps. These are all designed to slow the flow of traffic and to protect people.
In 2024, the Wisconsin DOT reported over 5,000 crashes related to reckless driving, resulting in 138 fatalities. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and the Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
All right, y'all. We're back. It is Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. This is like our official last Friday of December. December didn't actually be until September 21st. Thank you to you. Who's going to let us know? That was Fonz. Fonz on our Truth Talking text line, which is 833-212-1017. Let me know. We got 3 more Fridays, but we're celebrating the end of the summer this weekend. So happy Labor Day weekend to everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, before we get back into this U.S. Open topic, for those that are tuned in YouTube, see, this is why it pays to watch us on YouTube. And you can stream and watch us live. I should say me, because I got the amazing producer Andrew with me. Now, for those that can see me, y'all see this hat I got on, right? Okay, I'm going to take that hat off. Andrew, I need you to chime in as well. I recently, because if you don't know, one of the many roles that I play as the effective communication coach is a keynote speaker. So I travel all over the world and I speak at a number of conferences. And a lot of conferences have vendors that will set up shop and sell their amazing products. A lot of them are selling clothes and hats and jewelry. And I was at the Conference for African American Financial Professionals, known as CAAFP, and it took place in Atlanta a couple of weeks ago. And there was a lady who custom designs and makes cowboy hats, or in this instance, a cowgirl hat. So I wore the hat when I was traveling yesterday. So on the flight, I board, I get all kind of compliments, y'all, at the airport, as I'm landing, boarding the plane. So I'm gonna put this hat on and I want y'all to give me either a thumbs up or a thumbs down, because I love this hat and the fact that it's designed by a Black woman. And I'm gonna give her name and information in a minute here, because I know we always celebrate Black businesses here at The Truth, especially every Friday. But y'all tell me what you think and then we'll get back into the topic, okay? Here we go. Andrew, I need you to chime in too. Y'all get to see my blonde hair. Okay, here we go. Let me know your thoughts. What y'all think? Yeah! Isn't this hat fly? Look at that.
I love it.
I do too. And this is, look at the detail. Okay, I see y'all YouTube. Let me know. YouTube, I'm looking at you. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong camera. What y'all think? Show me some love. You can stream and watch me live right now on YouTube, on X, 101.7 The Truth. And just hit that live button and also hit that subscribe button. And please show me some love and hit that like button too. Oh, I see it coming. RN Kawanda, she gave me a hand. Okay, Sylvia, thank you for that. She said, I love the hat. Y'all, I'm gonna find out her name, because she and I actually spoke on the phone, because she was telling me that the hats, I ordered 2. But if y'all love this hat, I'm gonna put, Andrew, during our next break, I'm gonna send you the link, because I want you. Thank you. Danny says, marvelous, darling. Marvelous. Thank you, Danny. L. Dawson 2010 says, love it. Ain't this hat dope? And let me just take it off really quick so y'all can see the back. My girl's going to be so excited that y'all love her product. Again, this is a Black-owned business, Black woman. Look at the detail, y'all. Can y'all see? Hold on, let me turn it. Let me move it up so you can see the detail. We ain't playing. I wish this country would understand the significance, importance of Black people. I really do. Look at that. We do so much. She said, RN Kawanda says, it fits my face perfectly. She said, everyone can't wear hats. I'm just saying, but you wearing that. Listen, Kawanda, I love you. Thank you for the love. And I promise you, we're going to all get these hats. Look at that. Look at that detail, y'all. Okay. Don't get me started on fashion, because for those that know me know I love some fashion. Is it all right if I keep the hat on for the remaining of the show, Truth Nation? 833-212-1017. Is it okay? I'm just gonna rock the hat for the rest of the show. It's Friday. Let's go. And L. Dawson, I'm gonna give you the link. Yep, I'm gonna give you the link during break. We're gonna get it, me and Andrew, and that way y'all can get you a custom hat too. I ordered two.
Now, DT, I don't know if you know this, but I am from Bandera, Texas, which is the cowboy capital of the world.
Are you serious? So this is, okay, so Andrew, for real.
That's what I'm saying. When I say this is a cowboy hat, this is a cowboy hat. This is legit.
So this is legit. So because you know I live in Dallas now. So can I rock this in Dallas and be welcomed with open arms and like she gets?
You can rock that in Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Austin. It does not matter. You are good to go.
I love it. Thank you for the encouragement, Andrew. So there it is. I will be wearing this hat for the rest of the day. Y'all done made look, I got my chest out. Shoot. Speaking of another thing too, just because since we're talking about fashion, let me see if y'all can see my shirt here too. This is why it pays to tune in live. Do y'all see that? Did y'all look that shot? Did you see this shirt? I found this at a vintage store. The beautiful Sade. Isn't that, boy, I miss me some Sade performing live. Come on, Sade, come back to us. All right. So let's get back to it. It's Friday. I just want y'all to have a great weekend. So, you know, I had to break the ice, and I appreciate all the love coming through on our YouTube message board. Now, in all seriousness, and Truth Nation, listen, I got to hear from y'all on this one. Whether you're driving in your car, wherever. 833-212-1017 is our Truth Talking text line. Now, let's get into what went down at the 2025 U.S. Open between Taylor Thompson, an African-American or black, I prefer the term black, but I get it, and Jelena Ostapenko. And if I mispronounced her last name, my apologies. Now, if you're on our YouTube challenge, or excuse me, our YouTube chat board, our amazing producer, he's got Andrew, he's got the video queued up. Now, I'm not here to put words in people's mouth, okay? So we here at The Truth, we're gonna let you see it for yourself. So we're gonna play the video of the exchange between Taylor Thompson, the black woman in the black outfit, and Jelena Ostapenko. Then we're gonna get into what happened and how this is an extension of our day-to-day lives as Black Americans in this country when it comes to dominating. All right, let's play it, Andrew.
She told me that I have no education, no class, and to see what happens if we play each other outside of the U.S. And I said, you know, I'm excited, bring it. So I can't speak on how she felt about it. That's something that you're going to have to ask her. I didn't take it in that way. But also, you know, that has been a stigma in our community of, you know, being non-educated and all the things when it's the furthest thing from the truth. And the thing that I'm the most proud of is that I let my racket talk. Because ultimately, I'm the one here sitting in front of you guys, moving on to the next round, getting the next check, moving on, being able to still be here and speak to you guys. And that's what's the most important. She's packed up and she's gone. I'm here.
Y'all heard that? Let your success be your revenge. I learned that from Dr. Dre. Let your success be your revenge. And I'm so glad that Taylor Thompson, who you just heard in the post-competition press conference, where she was addressing the exchange that happened. Now, let me just break it down in terms of what happened. When the two athletes met at the net, after Thompson beat, as she said in the soundbite, she beat her opponent, Jelena Ostapenko. Ostapenko couldn't just take the L and say, okay, next time. No. She couldn't do that. She called Thompson uneducated and classless. Basically, and this is the underlying tone was, you got lucky. A lot of people, even those that look like us, will see us and automatically assume that we're uneducated. And Ostapenko had to take it a step further and say, not only are you uneducated, you are classless. How many times have you seen a Black woman or a Black person, after being defeated by their opponent who happens to be white, say, you are classless, you are uneducated? We're gonna go to break. I wanna hear from y'all. 833-212-1017. Because I'm trying to understand how this individual that said that Thompson was classless and uneducated, after being fair and square defeated, was not fined. Respect, it has to be part of losing. But let's get into the reaction when we come back from break. 833-212-1017. I'm loving how y'all loving my hat. We're going to get y'all that link when we come back. Stay locked in. This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I am your guest host for the day, DT, the Effective Communication Coach. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
All right, yeah, send that link.
Tuesdays are back September 9th.
Curio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Texas Rangers.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in September 9th at 7:05 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Steinhaffel's biggest Labor Day sale ever is happening now. Save 10% off store-wide, or use Steinhaffel's 60-month 0% financing and get $50 instant cash back for every $499 you spend. Plus, buy a premium mattress and get free premier delivery on your entire order. And get amazing doorbusters like a Sealy mattress for only $199 and sofas starting at just $299. Shop Steinhaffel's Labor Day sale in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
Left's Lucky Town in Wauwatosa is the place to be. A community gathering place.
All right, we got Jan too.
Left's is also the perfect spot to grab a bite to eat and watch the game. Located directly across from the Hart Park football field, Left's is a proud supporter of Marquette High School athletics. Join your friends, team, family at Left's. It's the place to be. Book your special event in Left's new event space at lefts.com. Left's Lucky Town, 7208 State Street in Wauwatosa. See you there.
Talk to these people in terms of, how do I register for this program despite my reservations and my previous experiences of rejection?
Yes, I tell anybody and everybody that you can buy a house. It may take somebody longer than the other person, depending on what your circumstances is with your credit and income and affordability, but you can purchase a house. The first step would be is to register for our program. You can come to our office, 7830 West Burleigh Street, or you can give us a call at 414-461-6330, or just go onto our website, hri-wi.org. Register for the first-time home buyer education workshop. That's going to be your first step to home ownership. During that class, you're going to learn everything that you need to know from A to Z, how to get approved for a house, how to look for a house and put an accepted offer, and how to close on a home.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. I am your guest host for the next 40 minutes or so. This is your girl DT, the effective communication coach. Now, here's the thing. Black and brown athletes is disrespect, and I'm using the term disrespect with the air quotes, often judged more harshly than when the same words come from white athletes. And this is a perfect example. Speaking of the U.S. Open, we reflect about the exchange that took place where Otsapenko, and again, I apologize for mispronouncing her last name, basically, after losing, told Thompson, you are classless and uneducated. Our Truth Talking text line is blowing up. We're going to go straight to our Truth Talking text line. I think we have Jay that called back, and we also have Al. Al, if you're not already back, please call back in. You know they want. Oh, we got Al? Okay. We're going to take Jay first. Jay, you are live with your girl DT on 101.7 The Truth. What is your question or comment? And thank you for calling back.
Yeah, I love the hat and I love the shirt. I love the hat and your shirt too.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, but you know what? Serena, she had to go through the same thing because when she got beat by the one lady, she clapped, congratulated her. But when she beat the lady was sitting in the corner looking all crazy. I'm like, that don't make no sense. I mean, what happened to sportsmanship? Where sportsmanship is out the window. When you get beat, just say, hey, good game. I'll see you again. That's it. But some people don't know what it is but losing. They don't know about that. That's crazy.
I completely agree with you. Now, let me ask you this, Jay, because obviously there's been a lot of focus and coverage, and so I want to get your reaction as well as others, that if Taylor Thompson had made those same remarks, calling Jelena Ostapenko uneducated and classless, what do you think would have been the media coverage and the public reaction if the roles would have been reversed?
The butt naked truth is she would have got suspended, and it would have been all kind of hell going on. But because that person because it was the opposite, and she had more class and more education, and just went on and just did what she had to do. They mad. That's all it is. Because they ain't gonna suspend that other woman. They're not gonna suspend her because we already know why.
That is the butt naked truth, as you say,
naked
Jay.
truth.
Thank you so much for calling in. Appreciate you, brother. We're going to go back to our Truth Talking text line. We've got Al. You've been holding. You've been patient. Al, you were live with your girl DT on Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. What is your question or comment?
Well, my comment is they always been sorry losers. Well, let's talk about classless or classless, like those white educated men on Titonia, Lisbon, Mitchell at 3 o'clock in the morning looking for yams, Tim-Tims, and bim-bims. Now, I understand I can't fit no blue suede shoes, but what I was going to ask you, DT, if you didn't mind, where's all the hell and prayer coming from the white nationalist Christians? And I also noticed when J.D. Vance stood up there considering his mother was a drunk and she tried to kill him by wrapping the car around the pole, he kind of moonwalked when he talked about American, but he didn't talk about those Americans, crumb snatchers, who was raised as Prince Leopold with a 9mm with a switch. So my
Thank you, Al.
When it comes to
your question.
When it comes to So my question is to you, how do you feel about that? Because, for us to be so classless, they're always around our neighborhood. And don't forget, DT, we got Southside Sally walking down here on Titonia and Finn in a bra and panty set, barefoot with her hair matted to her head. So who's really classless? I'll hang up and listen.
Well, Al, thank you for your input as always, and thank you for the question. So here's the reality. The reality is that there is, and always will be double standards. The expectations that oftentimes, and I'll use your term, white supremacists, white nationalists expect from us is taking the high road even when we're disrespected. Because we know that if Thompson, who won fair and square, had made those same remarks calling Jelena Ostapenko uneducated and classless, the uproar, the response would have been, like, I can just see it now. She needs to be disqualified. Her trophy needs to be revoked. She should never play tennis again. These would have been the responses. But there's been media coverage, but I haven't seen, to your point, those same type of reactions from fellow tennis fans that may not be black or brown. Because at the end of the day, it just goes back to, what's his name? The son of Deion Sanders, who's now the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. It was all these accusations of nepotism and Deion Sanders having this bad attitude and being too arrogant. When Archie Manning did the same thing for his sons during the draft, when they were drafted, both Eli and, the brother's name escapes my brain, the Manning brothers. So it's a double standard. It has and always will be. And so how do we respond or navigate through that is exactly what Thompson did. And Andrew, if we can cue that up again, because I have to, for those that have just tuned in, I have to play her remarks again because she handled it with such class. And it is obvious that she is not only an extremely talented and successful athlete, she is also very much educated. So let's listen to this again. This was, you're going to hear, and if you're watching YouTube, you're going to see and hear, if you're watching us on YouTube, 101.7 The Truth, you're going to hear Taylor Townsend's response during the post-match press conference as it relates to Jelena, who she defeated fair and square, call her, when they went to the net, uneducated and classless. Check this out.
She told me that I have no education, no class, and to see what happens if we play each other outside of the U.S. And I said, I'm excited, bring it. So I can't speak on how she felt about it. That's something that you're going to have to ask her. I didn't take it in that way. But also, that has been a stigma in our community of, being non-educated and all the things when it's the furthest thing from the truth. And the thing that I'm the most proud of is that I let my racket talk. Because ultimately, I'm the one here sitting in front of you guys, moving on to the next round, getting the next check, moving on, being able to still be here and speak to you guys. And that's what's the most important. She's packed up and she's gone. I'm here.
In the words of Sylvia Coleman, one of our Value Truth Nation listeners, she chewed her up and out. And speaking of which, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to continue to hear your reactions, and we're going to get into another topic of interest. Target, biggest boycott since Montgomery bus protest, has officially lost $12 billion, and that's with a B, since the boycott has taken place. We're going to hear from Pastor Jamal Bryant. We're going to get into this. We're going to get to your reaction as well, because I know the cookout is coming up, y'all. We got a lot of stuff to buy, so let's purchase wisely. You are listening to The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. This is your guest host, DT, the Effective Communication Coach, and I'm so happy to be with each of you. Thank you for tuning in. Stay locked in. We will be back.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris.
Clear.
After this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Well, we do have some delays, that's for sure. Southbound 41 is going to be kind of a hefty ride from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive. The northbound side's got backups from Watertown Plank Road all the way up past an accident scene right about at North Avenue. It's off on the left shoulder, so heads up with that. But the delays continue all the way up towards Hampton. Southbound 43, a little bit backed up just south of Capitol Drive, and then again right through the Marquette and over the high rise. Northbound, we've got backups from about Oklahoma Avenue all the way up through the Marquette to around the North Avenue curve. And one other issue, we've got an incident on 894 eastbound, just east of 92nd Street. The right shoulder is blocked right now, and that's causing a bit of a backup heading back through the Hale interchange to about Beloit Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a low of 57. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 71. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. American Family Insurance can help protect your dream home for whatever comes next. You can live in your own oasis or your own clubhouse. Whatever you choose, get the right coverage. Save up to 23% by bundling home and auto. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered. With fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel, Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Here is Tory Lowe with his truth.
It's official. July 5th is Tory Lowe Day in the city of Milwaukee and Milwaukee County. I am humbled to receive this proclamation from the mayor's office and the county executive's office. To me, this day represents life and purpose and being driven by passion to serve and empower others. It's about being unselfish and answering the call to help those in need and living life with intention. Despite challenges and obstacles, I remain focused on creating real change in my community, county, and state. This recognition isn't about me. It's about the collective efforts of those who supported me along the way. It's about the resilience and determination that defines my journey. As we celebrate this day, I want to leave you with a challenge. What will you do to create positive change in your community? Will you get out and volunteer, mentor, or simply be a support to a friend? Whatever it is, I urge you to take action. Together we can build a brighter future, one that's filled with hope, opportunity, and empowerment. I am honored to serve, and I am grateful for this recognition. Let's continue to uplift and support one another, striving for a better tomorrow. So what does Tory Lowe Day mean to me? Let's make a difference together. Let's stay committed to our purpose and keep pushing forward even in the face of adversity. I'm excited to see the impact we can make, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve alongside such an amazing community. Now, my question is, what does Tory Lowe Day mean to you?
This has been Truth Takes on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Listen to The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Green Bay Packers acquired Micah Parsons from the Dallas Cowboys, giving up 2 first-round picks, and Packers D-tackle Kenny Clark. Parsons' contract makes him the highest-paid non-quarterback in NFL history, marking a striking 4-year, $188 million deal. The Brewers lose their matchup against the Diamondbacks for the second time, which gives their series a draw. They now take on the Blue Jays in Toronto in a 3-game series.
Baker and Dupree are there, and a touchdown, the first of the season for the Badgers. Vinny Anthony.
Wisconsin Badgers win their first game against Miami of Ohio 17-0, but lose their starting quarterback Billy Edwards Jr. to injury. Their next matchup is against Middle Tennessee. Badger volleyball plays number 14 Kansas tonight at 6. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Let's go. Let's go, y'all. It's Friday. A federal appeals court found that many of President Trump's tariffs were issued illegally, upholding an earlier decision which ruled against the use of an international emergency powers law as the basis for waging its global trade war. More to come, but again, the appeals court has found that many of the tariffs that were issued by President Donald J. Trump were issued illegally. More to come. Speaking of tariffs, speaking of commerce, number one, for those that do like the hat, our incredible, amazing producer, Andrew, has posted where you can get your own custom cowgirl hat or cowboy hat. So make sure you go to our X or formerly known as Twitter, our X and our YouTube page to get that link. The name of the company is Fabulina Designs, Fabulina Designs, Fabulina Designs. Beautiful Black woman owned business. Get your hat. Now, speaking of money, commerce, growing businesses, all of that, have the recent boycotts of companies like Target changed the way that you shop? Because apparently, see, people that messed around and found out. Because I know you saw the headlines. Target has officially lost over $12 billion in market value. Now, this staggering figure, did it come from missed deliveries? Nope. Did it come from supply chain hiccups? Nope. It came from people of color exercising what is known as economic justice. Taking a stand and basically letting the country know that we will not be sold out. This has been described and hailed as the biggest Black-led boycott since the Montgomery bus boycott of the 1950s, of which we're still feeling the ripple effects of that. So let's break it down really quick before we hear from Pastor Jamal Bryant, who was the faith leader that called for the 40-day Target fast. Now, in early 2025, so this year, Target announced a scale back of its diversity, equity, and inclusion, also known as DE&I commitments. And that included a $2 billion, with a B, billion-dollar pledge to Black-owned businesses that was first unveiled after the 2020 social uprisings. Yeah, y'all remember that? When everybody was like, we stand in solidarity, Black Lives Matter. Remember that? Yeah. Just 3 years later. Now, the rollback sparked an immediate outrage. So when Target said, psych, we ain't giving y'all nothing, Reverend Pastor Jamal Bryant called for a 40-day Target fast, which quickly escalated into a full boycott. Now, the movement itself, it rallied over 200,000 petition signers and what has been known as a grassroots directory connecting consumers directly to Black-owned businesses. Now, from there, Target's value, it plummeted, which then resulted in $12 billion wiped out in market cap. Before we get into why it matters, and before we hear from you, Truth Nation, because I gotta know, as part of this economic sabotage from Target, saying, yeah, we were gonna give y'all $2 billion, but yeah, we're not gonna do that anymore. Have you been more intentional about where you're spending this money, your money, our money, than you were 5 years ago? If you have, let us know. If you have not, let us know too, because some Black folks are still shopping at Target. So we want to hear from you, 833-212-1017. Are you more intentional about where you are spending your money? now more than you were just 5 years ago. Why or why not? And while you're thinking, let's hear from Pastor Jamal Bryant, who activated this boycott, which has again been hailed as the most successful Black boycott since the Montgomery boycott, resulting in a $12 billion loss. Here is Pastor Jamal Bryant in a recent interview on CNN. Check this out. I don't know if we're hearing audio. I'm not hearing it.
Yeah, let me work on it.
Okay. When we come back, we're gonna work on the audio. And while we're doing that, again, Truth Nation, 833-212-1017. Has the recent boycotts of companies like Target changed the way that you shop? The marches in the 50s and 60s. Because what we are seeing is that our wallets, they have voices. Our successes have voices. And as long as we continue, especially for families that are living in low income or rural communities, where the big stores like Target are the only options in terms of getting quality products, has it even been something that is realistic for us? I think we've got our video back. Are we good, Andrew?
No, the audio is not playing for me.
Okay, that's okay. So we'll get the video link posted on our Twitter and YouTube account. But in the meantime, are you down with the boycott? How are you spending your money? Are you more intentional this year? And thank you for that. The link is in our YouTube message board. Because the big picture is this. If our dollars, like, think about this for a second. If our dollars can impact one of the largest retail corporations in the world with a dollar amount of $12 billion, what else could we accomplish if we moved with that same unity? What would happen if just 10% of our collective spending, and check this out, our collective spending is in the trillions with a T. And the money that we spend, it stays in our community less than 24 hours. Where other communities, their dollar, sometimes months, sometimes years. So what would happen if we invested just 10% of our collective spending into our own neighborhoods? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Target's paying attention. Target is paying attention. And other corporations that benefit from Black consumers are also paying attention. So if they're paying attention, and it's evident that we have collective power when it comes to our money, what do we do next? 833-212-1017 is our Truth Talk and text line. Because when you see a number of Black or brown owned businesses shutting their doors, and then you see companies that are thriving because we're supporting and shopping there, what does this mean? Because again, we've got Target's attention. As a matter of fact, the former CEO just stepped down, although he took, to me, it wasn't even demotion. Because now he's like chairman of the board. He went from being CEO to chairman of the board. I'm like, what's the difference from a decision-making standpoint? When we come back, what does buying black or buying brown look like in your everyday life? Are you more intentional about where your dollars are going now than you were 5 years ago? Our Truth Talking text line is 833-212-1017. I am your guest host as Dr. Ken is on assignment. You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. Stay locked in. We're going to begin winding down and getting ready for the weekend. And we want to make sure that we're all aligned on the power, or as our beloved Tory Lowe says, the power of our collective spending. Stay locked in.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah, sorry about that.
1017 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 1017 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk. Botox can do more for men than just smooth out wrinkles. It can help reduce chronic migraines, stress-related facial tension, and even excessive sweating. Come on out to Botox and Beers Saturday, September 13th at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. It's an event for men who want to feel better, perform better, and look sharp without the fuss. Come and watch college football, get treated with Botox in the low-key, no-pressure setting of Sweet Talks, then have a brew when you're done. Spots are limited, so reserve yours now at sweettalks.com. That is SLEETTOX.com.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design. Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Y'all, I'm loving the love that y'all are showing me on our YouTube message board, the Truth Talking text line. We appreciate you so much. You're the truth. We would not be who we are without your listenership, your viewership. So we want to give it all. Thank you. As we're about to wrap up another great episode of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris, and getting ready for an extended weekend. You know you deserve this extra day. No, for real. Because this year, for a lot of us, life has been lifing. But as a brother of mine told me the other day, God is still guiding. So this weekend, please, because life is short, please make sure that you're making the time to spend with your loved ones, to spend with people who care about you, who want you to win. And whether you're at the cookout or the lakefront or just relaxing at home, because I'm gonna tell y'all right now, when I tell you if you want to find DT on an extended holiday weekend or a weekend where I don't have anything else to do, trust and believe I am at home with my hoodie, my sweatpants, and some good food. And my favorite thing to eat, shout out to, what's that wing place in 3rd Street Market Hall? Man, them wings are fire. Love me some chicken wings. Where's the cookout, by the way, y'all? Are you going to invite me? 833-212-1017. I'm trying to be at a good cookout. I'm talking about the cookouts where the smoke, you can see the smoke from the sky before you even walk in the backyard or walk, because, you know, a lot of the elders don't be walking through my house, going through the back. I want the invites where y'all playing some spades this weekend. Eating some good food.
So we were debating this morning, DT, about what the best type of wing is. Is it flats or is it drums? What do you think?
Oh, I'm so wings. It's not even funny. Oh, wait a minute. I get what you're saying. I'm sorry. Man, I'm more of a drum person myself. If I had to choose between, is it drums and thighs? Is that my option?
It's thighs or wings.
Yeah.
Or flats.
Oh.
Thighs or flats.
Man, that's a hard. I feel like I'm on what's that show where they're like, Tupac or DMX?
So can I give the case? I'll give the case for drums because I'm a drum guy. Everybody else was flats. My case for drum is that it's kind of like a pizza where you have like a built-in handle. Like there's a built-in thing for me to hold. My fingers aren't going to get super messy. Like I kind of have like a built. Flats, I feel like they're too messy. They might be better, but I'm having to work for it a little bit more. I'm not trying to work on my day off, you know?
This is true. What you say, Andrew, you're not trying to work on your day off, especially when it comes to getting your eat on. I'm with you. Now, for me, and I'm going to go with not really a city girl, one of our valued listeners. She says thighs. Well, she also said flats. So I'm going to say thighs too. Danny says, give me a good potato salad, some mac and cheese and Kool-Aid. What you say, Danny? Man, now Danny got me hungry. That's a meal right there. Now, Andrew, do you like mac and cheese?
It's got to be prepared the right way. Got to be prepared the right way. I need breadcrumbs. I need it golden. I don't want this stuff that a lot of, my kinfolk be showing up to the cookout, not fully cooking stuff. You know what I'm saying, DT?
I'm glad you acknowledge that because Andrew, as my light-skinned brother from another mother, black folks, we don't care about no breadcrumbs on our mac and cheese. I'm just telling you that right now. Mac and cheese is all about cheese and mac. Okay, it's cheese and mac. We need layers. We need that crispy brown, So when you pick it up, there's more cheese than mac, and there's different variations of the cheese that we put in our mac and cheese. Now, I'm not a cook, but my mama and my grandmama. So when you said breadcrumbs, I'm telling you right now, all of our listeners were like, breadcrumbs.
Oh, come on. The senior white correspondent, I'm telling you.
Truth Nation, help me out. We're my black and brown folks. We ain't putting no bread. I mean, if we see it aesthetically, it's a nice touch, but as far as the taste, but it's okay, Andrew. Look, I'll tell you what, you are invited to the cookout.
Oh, look at this.
You are invited. You are invited to the cookout.
Clip it.
And that, let me tell you right now, that's a pass that we do not give out loosely, liberally. We are so serious. Okay, but I just need you to know, Andrew, because I love you to death. Don't ever brag about mac and cheese with breadcrumbs on it, okay? That's not going to get you far. That's not going to get you far. It's definitely not going to get you in the cookout, but that's okay because we're going to go together. But shout out to Andrew, our incredible producer. The greatest stuff, folks, is not just the dollars in our pockets. It's the love that we have for communities, for each other, how we treat each other. And many of our neighborhoods are weighed down by violence, and that does rob us of the very future that we're trying to build. Let's make sure that we get together and protect life. Let's come back to protect y'all. Let's protect our lives. Because the greatest wealth that we have isn't just the dollars. because in happy Labor Day. I love y'all. We'll see you. Make it a great day.